As Standing Rock Sioux Tribe water protectors stood their ground in North Dakota to oppose the Dakota Access Pipeline, a group of rock stars were gathering in Washington, D.C. to raise funds to help for their resistance efforts. Headliner and host Dave Matthews organized the Stand for Standing Rock event at Dar Constitution Hall Sunday, just blocks away from the White House. Acoustic instruments dominated the event with sets by performers including Graham Nash and Tim Reynolds. In addition to the evening's famous performers, Matthews invited many of the members of the tribe to perform and speak.
Directioners are getting the ultimate holiday treat. Over the weekend, One Direction member Niall Horan announced that the British boy band, which has been on hiatus, will be back. However, there is no timetable for that return. The extended hiatus, which was announced earlier this year, has no definitive endpoint, but each member has been keeping busy. Horan recently released his solo debut single, This Town, while Harry Styles filmed an upcoming Christopher Nolan war film.
Known for their outrageous and creative music videos, the band OK Go experiments with time and slow motion in their latest video, The One Moment.
Rolling. Ready. And action. All right, let me know when it's safe.
The video is going viral and was shot in 4.2 seconds and then slowed down. It shows exploding watermelons, shattering glass, and splintering guitars. The video was shot in partnership with Morton Salt.
Major Korean musicians have toured the United States this year. Korean pop music, known as K-pop, is becoming more popular in countries around the world, and K-pop artists are showing up on the top 100 charts. For more on this K-pop phenomenon, we go to Maggie Miller in the studio.
Thanks, Tony. And American pop music has worldwide popularity, but of course, over in South Korea, K-pop is gaining popularity as well, with it spreading across Asia and into the United States. In the United States, K-pop artists are routinely starting to make it into the top 200 charts over here. And it's really only a matter of time until it becomes a larger part of the American presence here.
Korean pop music, or K-pop, has risen on the international charts over the past 2 decades, gaining fans due to its upbeat and vibrant nature.
Just because K-pop is such a huge genre nowadays, and I'm constantly being surprised by how many people know about it and how many people love it.
Songs such as Psy's Gangnam Style have increasingly brought K-pop to the United States, creating a different sound than traditional American pop music. Groups such as BTS, EXO, and 2NE1 have all made it into the Billboard 200 over the past 2 years. And on college campuses like American University, interest is growing when it comes to K-pop.
So yeah, it's like getting more and more popular. And when I came to school, I was really surprised that a lot of people like K-pop here. So yeah, I think it's like getting a huge following.
This mixing of cultures is giving South Korea a larger role in the entertainment industry, one that is certainly having an impact.
I'm just really thankful for people that love it, because like it's really made people aware of the country and like really appreciate culture beyond American culture.
And K-pop music will likely continue to top the charts, especially because most of the music there is recorded in both Korean and another language, which allows the genre to attract a wide range of audience members. In Washington, I'm Maggie Miller, District Daily. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Maggie. K-pop is also rising in popularity on college radio stations here in DC. College radio is known as one of the best ways to find new music that might not be played on more mainstream stations. To talk more today about the importance of college radio in the music industry is Luke Palermo, one of the general managers of WVAU, American University's student-run radio station. Thanks for being here, Luke.
Of course, you're very welcome. Happy to be here.
So what do you think sets college radio apart from normal radio?
I think with college radio and specifically with WVAU, one of the really fun parts is that it's your chance to really showcase like whatever music it is you're into personally, and obviously whether that be sort of like the latest released from, like, I guess keeping it topical, like The Weeknd or something like that, or, just your favorite local bands that you've been growing up with since high school. The way I like to think about it is, so it's like basically when you have a show on WVAU, it's like your hour to play the music that you wish you could show all your friends, but obviously whenever you try and show music to your friends, inevitably they might get a little bored, or might get a little distracted. So having a college radio is sort of like your own personal bubble to really, like put on a pedestal all the music that you think is cool without really having to worry about like if everybody else thinks it's cool or popular or not.
Great. So WVAU has continuously been ranked as one of the best internet radio shows in the country. What contributes to your success?
Personally, I think a lot of that success can be attributed to the amount of community building we try to do in WVAU. We have something like 120 plus members going right now within the organization, and they all sort of are producing content like pretty much constantly, and like different kinds of content. So obviously we have DJs, recording their radio shows and playing their music, and then we have music staff writers writing album reviews and writing web columns. We have a zine that we put out, so we have sort of a music-based visual art and sort of graphic art wing of the station too. And so with that many people in the organization, it's kind of can be difficult to sort of like form a sort of cohesive identity, or sort of a cohesive like umbrella that we can all sort of like live comfortably under. But me and my co-GM Sean, we try really hard to be as accessible as possible to all our members, to be as open as possible, and to really let them know that like we're just two college kids just like them running this, and all the executive board members are just college kids just like them. We have all the same worries, we have all the same hang-ups as they do. So yeah, we really just want to like make a really like tightly knit like community, basically, not just a radio station, but a place where people can come and play music and feel comfortable and have some fun.
Okay, so I know that WVAU has hosted like several open mic nights in the past, and so why do you do this? What's the importance of bringing out these musicians?
Well, open mics in particular are, as I stated before, they're really important for that sort of like community building aspect. So open mics, obviously it's basically just like an open stage for anybody to get up and express their feelings however way they want, whether that be through prose or poetry or obviously music. And so with WVAU, open mics are really important because they let us showcase sort of the talents within our own community, and at the same time it acts as a really, really good networking tool for people who aren't as familiar with WVAU. So a lot of times performers will like get their friends to come check them out at the open mic. Sometimes people who don't even have any affiliation with WVAU just stroll in because they see our posters around, or they see the Facebook event. So yeah, open mics are really important because they're really like a chance for WVAU to like outwardly advertise our talent and just sort of like act as a beacon for people who might be interested in college radio or music.
So if you want to get involved with WVAU and you have no other experience, how do you go about that?
My answer to that, the easiest way to get involved is to just attend events that we put on. We put on a couple throughout the semester, as you mentioned before, some open mics. We put on one big concert every semester, our Capital Punishment show. And throughout the semester, we collaborate with other student media organizations, just putting on events throughout campus. So I would recommend going to those events, just if you feel like it, coming to say hi with some of the executive board members. And other than that, just reaching out to other WVAU members in general, just be like, hey, like what is it that you do in WVAU? What type of content do you create? What type of ways do you get involved? And then, after you've sort of gone out and gotten some information for yourself, just waiting for those applications to go out and being as honest as you can on those applications, I'd say.
Great, thank you for joining us. That was Luke Palermo, one of the general managers for American University's online student radio station, WVAU. Coming up next, trying to decide what drinks to serve at the holiday parties, a DC bartender shows us how to impress your guests with a grapefruit greyhound.